let's see. Yeah, they've closed that off, I'm sorry. That's Glenn Goes Piano. Normally when this isn't a construction site, there's a video playing and you can, that's his actual piano. We also have his chair, but we don't leave it out because it's a very weird, fragile thing that would break. So you see how this gangway is at an angle that matches the vertical columns.
No, just if you get to see pictures of yourself in all sorts of places.
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of it. So again, we have to talk about how much information you can usefully put on one of these.
Mm-hmm.
And when people just find it's too much and it's not useful. Camera details, so these were glass, and now see it's mirror, and it's been acoustically insulated from behind. There was just too much noise being transferred into the performance space. So if people in the lobby were talking loudly or something, you'd be hearing it. So a lot of the students in event, and they can't, they'll have to get a left up to get back to them. So this is one of the original, formal reception areas. It's called the Seminole.
Oh yeah.
You see again the hexagon door on the floor, and again the glass work. These were all commissioned works from the 1960s, and that tapestry was commissioned by Hamilton Southam, the founder of the NAC, and it's I can't read the guy's name. It's a famous artist, and it's a lake in the Rideau Lakes, and this is sort of the reflections in the water. Hamilton Southam had a cottage and had guests there, including this artist, and this artist sort of took this impressionistic sketch and turned it into a, anyway, it's sort of local, meant to reflect the local regional landscape.
Yeah, this looks nearly untouched from what it was before the renovation.
Oh, it isn't, yeah, it has not been touched. So you see there's some lighting positions on the ceiling.
Yeah.
In here is a projection booth that you can't see, and so you can project onto that wall. In behind those doors, which are probably locked, it communicates to the main box, where the state box, where the Queen or the Prime Minister would sit. And there's a holding room halfway down the stairs where Nixon's Secret Service people insisted he had a place he could run to if something bad were happening. So it's now called the Nixon Room. It's about 6 feet by 4 feet, and of course it's hexagonal. And all it has in it is a telephone and a chair.
A red telephone.
Yeah.
To Moscow.
Anyway, this is
so basically it just sits there unused.
Well, it's just it was always there. It's just like a little landing. This is another work of art. These are doors that.
Doors are fantastic.
You know, this lock is probably locked into position, but when they're unlocked, they're surprisingly easy to move because they're they're counterbalanced or whatever. So.
Wow. Quite striking.
So
Thanks, yeah. And they have.
I was quite taken with the artwork on the wall because I've done quilting, and so of course I was having a very, very close look at it, and everything was meticulously hand stitched. And it's just magnificent.
So in behind you is a renovated area. So this used to be where these pillars were, where these columns were, was a glass case, a set of glass doors, and this defined the lobby. And it was too small. All the public spaces were too small. So if we had a gala and we had a reception in this space, there was just no way. It was not even safe. So we took out the glass walls. This has been pushed out considerably, and the little funny looking windows in the stone over there used to be our box office, and now it's just an office, and we put double doors out there too for insulation, etc. And the new coat check is over here, and this is all kind of reclaimed space. It used to be that people would come up here and queue for the box office, but now this is, when you're at performance, you now have all of these sofas and a lot more room. So some of the design...
The new box office is down here too.
Yeah, we're going to go to that. So you see how pointy that surface is. So one of the designs of the architect was to create these are mobile bars, so they can move them. There's fridge units in them and stuff, so they can move them out and create more bars. And the way they had them designed, the way they had it set up at first, these points were at the corner. It was actually my assistant who said, well, why don't you turn them around so the blunt side is out and these are here. The concern is that some 5-year-old could come running along with a soccer ball and impale himself on that, and it's not safe. So this is our temporary solution. And of course, it's all stone, right? So it's a terrible way.
So that's not a composite, it's stone.
I believe that, John, but now that you say that, I don't know, maybe that's Corian, I don't know.
Because it's such an even color.
Yeah, you're right.
That consistency.
You're right, yeah. So you can just kind of see through the crack there that the bits of the entrance doors into Southern Hall.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to the Southern Hall? Back when it was called the Opera?
Well, no, he was saying 2001, so I was here probably 8 years ago on Canada Day in Southern Hall.
Look at this then. So this is called the Hexagon Studio. You can't see with the lights off, but it's about 10 feet deep by about 15 feet long. And this is where we're doing recording of either podcasts or intimate studio session with a musician. We can also hook up using very high-speed internet broadband. We can hook up different performance locations, so we could have a master class where the teacher was here and the student was in Helsinki, or a songwriting workshop where, you know, Kathleen Edwards is here and someone's in Whitehorse or whatever. They just need to have a similar facility, and usually those are at universities because it's a very high speed. It's like a research facility speed. So that means there's no latency, there's no delay in the, you basically play music together because it's so fast. And in behind is another equipment room. I'm not quite sure if that's how all these different pieces communicate. So there's these two rooms, and there's a glass into this bigger room. So you can see, they can see into this. There's something there's a piano on the left blocking one of the windows. So both those windows see into this room. And this room is used for, essentially, it's education workshops. You could have a bunch of 10-year-olds playing violins in here. You could have coloring. You could have a movement workshop. You could have also.
Well, this is really interesting, the way that it's been reconfigured to have all these ancillary activities going on. You know, this is really much more versatile. And this is the north side. Yeah. Okay.
Are you gentlemen lost?
A little bit.
Where should I go?
The exit. We need to get the Elgin Street.
Oh, right up the stairs. We could go that way, but this is simpler. So this is our new box office.
I like that idea, instead of a little window like a train station.
Right, so this is when you go to banks and stuff now, you'll see there's not only that cage deal. There are design problems with this. One of them is that the people in the millwork, which is me for countertop, they've designed it so it's too deep. So the people serving the clients, the clients have to lean over quite a bit and the staff lean over, so it's a very 4.5 feet deep, but it's too deep. So even the hand tickets across on MasterCards, you have to reach and lean. So the idea was to have people sitting down, but most customers can't sit down because they can't hear the person.
See
So
them standing there.
it's frustrating because the people who work in the box office say they told that to the architectural team and were ignored. The difficulty was we were given the money on the condition that we had something like 28 months to build it.